We're out here at this property at 7385 Fracky. Very unusual property. We're going to do the market memo from here. And Jennifer's out here in the apple orchard. So there she is.
All right, so for the week of July 20th through 27th, we've got 71 new listings, which is the first time in 4 weeks we've been more new listings than pending listings, and we're sitting at 36 pending, 50 close, and an increase by one of 482 listings total for this week's Monday Market Memo.
All right, so check us out. There's an apple orchard, lots of apples here. Look at that. And this is just the beginning of it. And cherries. You can hear a rooster. Flowers. We're going to go through and show you lots more about this house. Just stay tuned. And at the very end, I'm going to talk a lot more about the market too. So stay tuned for this whole market memo. There's going to be a lot in it.
So in this apple orchard, there's cherries and apples and lilac trees. And we've got a Goodland apple, a Norland apple tree, and then we have a yellow transparent apple tree. And my clients say that in the flowering season, if you pluck off some of the flowers, your apples will get much bigger. These still have some growing to do, but they won't get as big as normal because they didn't prune before apples started growing this year. So plenty of apples to go around. And then over here are the two choke cherry trees. And if we get in close, where were they? Oh, there they are. If we get in close, we can see the clusters of cherries on the trees. And then there's a lilac tree. And then we have a crabapple tree, a flowering crabapple tree. So these will get a little bit bigger as the summer goes on, and they'll also be ready for picking. All along the front of this property is gorgeous plants and flowers. My clients take really good care of the plants. They're beautiful. There are 2 garden beds with this property that are just amazing. They're full and ready for harvesting. They're only fertilized with compost, so all natural. Here is the second garden bed, and we've got corn and potatoes, and then also dill. There is not a square inch of wasted space on this property as far as growing goes. So dividing the strawberry patch and the 2 gardens are these service berries or Saskatoons, which I'm told are very similar to blueberries.
Okay, this is a little bit of history for our place here. This cabin was brought here on a trailer, and I was fearful that the windows would break, but it didn't. It got here, and my husband refinished it. It's 70 years old. It used to sit at the Call of the Wild in Big Lake, and so we brought it here, and then he redid it, and our friend just happened to have this potbelly stove in their shed, and they said, oh, that's a perfect place for it. And so we use it for extra bedroom space, and the kids just love it. We had, at that time, we had a TV in here for the kids, and this actually works.
Okay, a quick little view here of the outside of the shop. We go in and find I'm sure everything you could possibly want for building and crafting, being creative. That table swivels so you can move your project instead of moving yourself around your project. A little hobby shop dream. This little gem on the property has to be one of my favorite. It is a smokehouse, built-in smokehouse, and I'll tell you why it's built in. We'll walk around to the back, and the wood stove heating unit is built into the ground, and my client says that he opens that little chimney right there and stokes the fire really hot, and as soon as it's going really good, he puts the cap back on and opens the cap on the inside of the smoker for the cold smoking effect. And I just love it. I think it's cool. This property has 2 greenhouses, but we'll call it 1.5. Here's the main greenhouse, and then just beyond the connex is the one in the back that's called the Pickle Palace, because that's where they grow their cucumbers for pickling. And this one is where they grow salad fixings. So we've got your tomatoes, and look at these tomatoes, they're huge. And there's a lot of them. And then over here we have cucumbers. This house has a built-in food storage. So with everything that you've seen outside on the grounds for growing, this is the place to store it. It's very thick and insulated, so when the temperature goes down outside in the winter, it gets cool in here by the vents that allow the cold air to come in, and it stays cool all winter. This property has a built-in fifth wheel for extra living space. My clients have used it for a family to come visit. They also lived in here for a bit while they were finishing their house. The house is right over there, so close walking distance, but far enough for some space, with the bedroom and bathroom area up here. And then they had, well, there's that deck patio area out there off the front. And they had extra living space built onto the back for more room in here when they lived in it while they had their house built. And wood stove for heat.
Well, I hope you liked the tour of the house, and I'll include a link somewhere down here, there, somewhere on this, so you'll be able to actually see the whole listing and find out more about it. This is I think it's a perfect house for somebody who wants to do some Alaskan homesteading, or maybe an Alaskan prepper. Who knows? But I wanted to show a little bit more about the market too. So take a look at this right here. This is everything right now that's for sale in the borough, all those little green dots. And if you look over here, there's 480 of them. My market memo actually, I think it said it was 482. Last week it was 481. So it's just hanging right in there. That's how many houses for sale. But I wanted to look at a couple other things. Here's, take a look at this. These are the places that are under contract in the valley, 581. And you can see where all those places that are selling are. You can see that concentration right there, the cluster of all those houses are right in there. That's where they are. So there's 581 under contract, only 480 for sale. But I also wanted to look at something else. How many places have actually closed since 515 closed since the 1st of May? And I compared this over the last few years. And so I'll put this on the screen. But what you'll notice is 515 closed, but our prices went up. So I was just looking at the last 3 months. So May, June, and July. We're almost done with July. So it's a good comparison. And this is just the last 3 months. These are really, the hot time. Last year, we sold more houses than we did this year by just a little bit. But they're the two highest years for about the last 5 years. So quite interesting. So 515 closings. Last year was 549, so we're down a little bit compared to last year. But I'll show you the rest of this. But our prices have gone up more in this last 3 months than they have any time, actually, going all the way back to about 2016. I think we had another price jumped in. So I'll take a look at that too. If you want to find out more about what's going on in the market, just call any of the realtors that are listed at the end of this video. Each one of them will be happy to help you. Talk to you later.